Okay, hey, what's up everyone? Big Black Love here. Well, my computer's still dead, so who knows when you guys are actually going to be seeing this, but it's October 8th now, Monday. I spent last Friday in the hospital puking, got diagnosed with CVS syndrome, something that basically means cycled vomiting syndrome. Big fancy word, spelt funny. Anyways, I get stressed out, hurt too bad, work, there's tons of things. Basically all the triggers I have that make me sick fall right in line with this thing. So at least now I can go in and go, hey, I got this problem, give me the drugs I need for it. Don't have to do all the tests, just give me IV, give me the nausea and the pain, and we're good. And obviously, as you can see, I'm smoking again. So, alright, well, the videos, if they didn't get destroyed or missing, and in case they did, update, right before Labor Day weekend, me and Jessica were going to be going out of town and discovered the Caprice bushings were toast. So I was going to take my dad's Suburban, and the same day I found my car was dead. Jessica's Ford Focus took a shit. The timing belt tensioner went out prematurely. Only had about 36,000 miles, I think I figured out, since the Ford dealership did her timing belt right before I started taking care of her car, you know, about 5 years ago. But yeah, the timing belt tensioner went bad. She shut it off. She went to go start it up. It skipped the belt, and it went catastrophic without even starting. And so we went on vacation using my dad's Suburban. And look, my grandpa was like, hey, when you get home, find out what's wrong with her car, because I didn't know what was wrong with it yet. Let me know. And when I told him her car was blown up, he bought her a new motor. And it took me, with my back and not feeling well and all the other drama, took me about a little over a month to pull her motor out, clean everything, do the research I needed to do, put it back together. It's now running great like a brand new car, so she's happy. It's getting a little bit better gas mileage than it was before it went, so that's even better. And then, of course, sadly, we get back from Grandpa's right after Labor Day. I start working on her car. Going to pick up the long block. Dad's 86 Suburban blows a head gasket on the way home from the parts store with her motor in the back. So I'll park that. Don't have anything to drive anymore. My mom's S10, the silver and black one that Jessica's driving, about a week after that, sucks the oil pump. Or what I'm thinking is it was overheating because the cooling system is just completely garbage. What do we got for time here? Oh, we're only at 4 minutes. So I guess I'll go out and do this. So basically we're at the S10 stage now. And this little V6 cost $1,000 less than Jessica's 4-cylinder did. So my parents actually could afford it. It was only $1,200 for the long block core here. And if you don't believe me that there's an engine in here, boom, brand new long block from the factory. Well, from the rebuild warehouse, I should say. There's a local company here in Washington that rebuilds motors, and they did a good job on Jessica's because it works. So here we go. Chevy 4.3. Sadly, not one of the million-mile motors, but this sludge, look at that. That was basically just the crud that was in the drain plugs. I had to bust through about ½ an inch of solid goo. When I popped the intake out, these block off ports had like 3/4 of an inch of rust and like mud shit sludge inside the intake. The inside of the intake on this thing, it's got a plug bolt up on the bottom side and on underneath that hooks these up and then these up and links for the throttle body, and the whole inside of the intake was just all nasty. We've always had a problem with this truck. We'd flush it out and a couple days later it would be rusty and never figure out why. Well, now I know that the block was completely rusted out, or either tons and tons and tons of stop leak was put in it. But as you can see, we had a bit of an oil leak in here. This had a busted motor mount in it, and the distributor was rusted out. I'll go show you that in a minute. And if you can see, there are a few places here and there where the exhaust ports were blowing into the intake valley, and we had a couple intake leaks. Where's the other one? Oh, there's another one right here. And I'm 90% sure from the oil leaking, we obviously had leaks in the front and the back of the manifold. And then of course, you know, typical Chevy. I mean, everyone knows Chevys leak oil after, you know, 5,000 miles. So, but this one's got like 90,000 miles of. I'm almost thinking that this isn't the original motor, and someone switched it out, or it was just really, really poor maintenance before I got it, because it's just the cake up inside of it for only having 90,000 miles. I mean, I haven't, you know, that's the Ford commercials are bullshit. That's what a motor looks like when it doesn't get its oils changed. But anyways, okay, so we're at that stage. I got the motor out. Ended up being a bitch. I actually had to take the core support mounts, as you can see they're not in there, and the front cab mounts out, and I actually had to jack the whole frickin' body up 3/4 of an inch to be able to jack the transmission up far enough to pull the engine off the motor mounts. It was a horde bitch. Took me a few days to figure it out. But it actually says to do that just to take the bolts out, but I got the bolts out no problem, but then couldn't get the fucking engine out because of clearance issues. So, alright, well, we're only at 8 minutes, so I'll keep going. Alright, so basically, parts 44.3. Dum-dum-dum-dum-dum. Oh yeah, the distributor. Alright, this is awesome. This will definitely cause you an interference and an idle problem in a late 90s, well, late 80s to mid 90s Chevys period. These distributors are actually pretty good, except for when they're rusty like this and make contact with the pickup. I should try to move that socket so you don't hear that. You hear that? That's all contact in the distributor. And then as you can see from the cap, the bushing's obviously gone too, because it was eating, the cap was holding this thing in. So I'm surprised this truck, with the intake vacuum leaks, the oil and the exhaust leaks pressurizing the crankcase, I can't believe the thing was even fucking running as good as it was. Jessica was getting better gas mileage than my parents was before it toasted. Okay, so now cars aside, my parents scored me a fucking killer deal. They were garage sailing in the neighborhood, and some of the tools that are in here now are mine, but got this toolbox. The lower is a cheaper stack on, you know, like a Harbor Freight type thing. The door thing, it's kind of busted up, but I think I'm going to leave it open. I'm going to do something for the bottom for like oil storage. But all these impact sockets, this whole pile of sockets, that whole box of stuff, the tools there on the floor were mine. But basically I figured out with the name brand tools, and like if you went to Harbor Freight and bought all the sockets that are in there, there was probably like about $400 or $500 worth of tools in it, on top of the like $80 cheapy box if you went and bought it new. So it's only worth 40 bucks because it's busted, but it's still in good shape. It's sturdy as hell other than the door. And then the Matco toolbox, those things are normally like 200 bucks. And it even had the key, so I can actually lock that part. The bottom doesn't, but I can very easily make a bar lock with a padlock for that. And my parents got it for $200 for me. So this is, let's see, what'd they say? Christmas and my birthday and mine and Jessica's anniversary. So it's a triple present. And let me tell you, it's nice, it's worth it, because I had my tools all crammed up in this drawer, and then my cheesy little tool bag, which I don't know where the hell it is right now. But yeah, my little tool bag there, it's on top of my antifreeze. This thing, so it's pretty nice having you know, place to keep my tools. So, and yeah, I was gonna pay to have the radiator flushed because, you know, the cooling system is so nasty. I didn't want to put that in the new motor, and that would also void my warranty. And the radiator shops around here won't guarantee their flush unless you pay for a pressure check, and a flush and a pressure check's gonna be like 85, 90 bucks with tax and whatever. And a brand new radiator with a lifetime warranty from O'Reilly's is 120 bucks, or the heavy duty one's 140. So we just went ahead and bought a brand new radiator. My mom was like, fuck it, I don't want that old one in my car, I want a new one. And so I bought a new one and a new water pump, and I gotta go pick those up. But so I guess I'm rebuilding Mom's truck here for her. I'm gonna seal up some stuff while I have the motor out and fix some of these oil leaks. Oh, and the relocation oil line guy, this guy here, that relocates the filter, because it's a 4x4 that goes on the block with the where the oil filter goes, and then this goes along the oil pan. This comes up, it mounts right here to the power steering, and then this goes on the fender. And these pressure fitting lines, because these hoses went hard, they're supposed to be nice and soft, and as you can tell, they're not very pliable. That took a lot of pressure. My fingers actually hurt. But it's leaking at both sides of the pressure fitting lines, so when it's running, it's dripping and leaking oil, which is the upper side of the filter was leaking, and you can see all the grease and oil crap down there. And then the bottom side that bolts by the power steering on the front of the block is the cause of all this mess. And then it leaking at the back mount where it bolts onto the block is that mess. And then that is from spraying and everything else, and the intake and everything leaked on this thing. So we're gonna degrease this thing, clean it up, throw a little bit of quickie paint on it. It's Monday. It's supposed to start raining Saturday, so I'm hoping I got enough with a little bit of sun here and there. I can get out here with the heat gun and half-ass paint it to make it look nice. So, and you know, get rid of some of the rust, obviously, because you don't want rust on your vehicle if you can avoid it. So, and we're at 14 minutes and my battery's almost dead, so peace.